Ain't we're live, but we're live on my page, ain't we? Yeah, we're live on my page. We're not live on the 501.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Well, just do it there.
Let's do this. We'll just share it to the page. I don't know what's going on. I guess somehow it didn't get reconnected or something. So people can jump on.
Yeah.
Anyway, it got me rattled a little bit.
Well, we're 26 minutes late.
Well, I don't know what happened, but for some reason it for some reason it turn it down. So I'm all shook up. Anyway, what's up, 501? I hope everybody can watch it. If not, then go back and watch it. But I guess the StreamYard for some reason it had me reconnect to the page, like to the 501 page and the group page, and I went in there and I was trying to whatever, anyway. It is what it is. All right, we'll get it started. Sorry we're late. I know everybody's been waiting 27 minutes, 26 minutes to watch this. So anyway,
Patiently waiting.
what's up, Jimmy? We always start out with football. I seen that y'all you signed a legend this week or last week, so
Yeah.
y'all are Super Bowl bound.
Well, did you see they're already trying to trade him?
Really?
Yeah, to the Steelers for Najee Harris.
That ain't gonna happen. Like, why would the Steelers give up Najee Harris for a washed up crop top wearing?
Well, I mean, I guarantee you the Cowboys had to give up more than Zeke, but
Did you get your crop top out?
I mean, I'm not sure I'd call it a crop top. It may just be like a tube top, but now.
Well, we both signed people past their prime this week, kind of like me and you are in Cornell. We're kind of past our prime. So we signed OBJ, y'all signed Zeke. So I mean, we have something in common. We both signed up washed up players, and we're both washed up Cornell players. So
well, come on now. I mean, I wouldn't say washed up.
I don't know.
At least not as far as cornhole.
Hard Rider 422. We got Bustle and Blue. Bustle's been on fire. Blue's been throwing better. I think they actually won 2 weeks in a row, unless I looked at the wrong tournament, which I don't think I did. Bus and Blue got first. Brad and Jason George got second, and then JT and Jamie got third. That was Hard Rider 422. Had 24 players, I think. Hard Rider's crowd's been getting up there a little bit.
Yeah.
BB, we did an AB blind draw. Got Taddy Hill. BP4 got first. Brad Penn. Easy and Adam Skinner got second. I hope he's enjoying his vacation. He may be back by now, but I think he went to Mexico or Hawaii somewhere. And then Lisa Hill and Blue, two podiums in a row. Lisa Hill and Blue got third in the AB blind draw. That was kind of cool. We did I think an SBR cut off and just did an AB. So I mean that kind of worked out good. That rolls into our ACO state. That was the two tournaments prior to the ACO state championship. Really, really, really proud of how the ACO state championship went. We had I wrote all the numbers down for the tournaments. We had 70 players in the blind draw, so we had 35 teams. Really super excited about that. I mean, that was a nice number. Our guest tonight, Zach and your mom, Kim Baskins, got first. Cole Potts and Harper got second. And then Brandon and Miranda got third in the blind draw. And I got a fourth with Trampus. I'll mention that because Trampus been throwing for a while, man. It was exciting getting me and him had a little run, man. It was kind of fun. So I think Cole and Harper beat us out. But good job, Trampus, man. We had a nice little run, so that was exciting. We'll start off with Saturday morning ACO senior doubles. Team 479, Jeff Rappy and Craig Sears got first. Scott Mitchell and JT, team 870, got second. and then Jimmy Casey and Robbie got third. So we had a couple 501 teams in there. So good job, Jeff and Craig, or Greasy Valley, or Arkansas River Valley, or um, some valley won it. ACO women's doubles, we had 10 teams, and then we had 5 teams in senior doubles, so we had 10 old people playing. ACO women's, me and you might be playing senior doubles next year. I know you will. I mean, I still got a few years, but you're awful close.
A few years.
ACO
You got
women,
to be 55, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm only
That's
50.
oh, well, we look old enough to play senior doubles. Um, ACO women's, we had 10 teams. Sarah and Lisa got first. Smiley and Ginger got second, and then Sam and Jackie got third. Any comments?
Austin Potts is saying, what about the tournament that him and Tracy Dean got first? He said, you always leave tournaments out that he wins.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Hey, and tournaments you win in Brad's shop when y'all play every single night for 4 hours don't count. Like
No,
that have nothing to do with that. But what tournament is he talking about? I think it was that last show.
I don't know.
That'd be last show, Austin. Like a couple weeks back. Um, juniors doubles got Austin and Hogan Hicks, Copotts and Bladen, and Angel and Case Bell got third in juniors doubles. We only had 3 teams. Kind of disappointed that. We need some more juniors playing. Junior singles, we had 7. Austin James got first, Hogan Hicks second, and Copotts 3. So
He
we're
said,
third.
Austin said Friday night at Cabbage. I'm
Well,
assuming he means Cabot.
that was the last show, Austin. So,
Yes.
We did a show Sunday night, and it would have been the last tournament we talked about. So you're a show behind.
2 weeks behind. Yeah.
Yeah. We did a show 2 weeks ago tonight. So watch that show. Seniors, we had 11. JT McDowell got first, Jeff Clifton second, and Scott Mitchell third. You know what kind of impressed me about this whole tournament, and we'll get into this after single, or after, women's, we had 22 players, so pretty nice crowd for women's. Sarah went through the bracket undefeated and got to the king seat. Sarah was our last year's winner in women's. So I mean, I'm not gonna say she was off the radar, but I don't think she's a good thrower, consistent thrower. I just don't. I'm not sure she's been playing as a lot like she was last year. I didn't expect her to get there, and that nothing to get no slight against her. I just people's been throwing more. You kind of expect them. Um, but I mean, she made a hell of a run. Got queen seat, so good job to her, man, defending her state championship women's. Lisa Hill got first, Sarah got second, and then Wendy Barger, who was my pick, got third. So we both did pretty decent on our picks, didn't we?
I picked Jeff C in seniors. He ended up second. I picked Cheetah Girl in women's, and I believe she ended up 4th or 5th, I think.
Yeah.
So
we got co-ed next at 28 teams, man, and I kind of went back through the other state championships and looked at co-ed, and I think there's one other state that was close. But man, 28 co-ed teams, like I mean, we're up there. I mean, as far as numbers for a state championship, ACL state championship, um, I mean, I'm not complaining at all. We had 66 singles, 28 co-ed teams, I think 32 doubles teams. I wish we'd have a few more doubles. 66, we have to split the bracket over 64, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. But co-ed 28 teams, man, super happy about that. Brandon and Cheetah Girl got first. Smiley and Sebastian got second, and Sarah and Zach got third.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's 3 of the top teams there. So I mean, that worked itself out. So I mean, there was a lot of good teams there. I could have seen, Miranda and Jeff. I think that's who I picked. I think they would have, should have made a run, and I mean we had a lot of good co-ed teams there. And
I believe I picked Zach and Sarah.
did you?
Yeah.
Um, Tell you, man, when I couldn't get my system, when I couldn't get the computer reactivated, it kind of stressed me out a little bit. Um, Kind of sucked that beer down. ACO singles, world singles. Like I said, we had to split the bracket. Oh, before we start singles, we didn't do the question of the show.
Yeah.
So, comment. You're supposed to remind me. Like I'm rattled. Like you're supposed to intervene and say, "Phil, do your question," because I know
Yeah.
you worked hard on it all day long. Because I really
Yeah.
did. I had to call our 501 historian, Brandon Lacewell, to make sure that I had my number correct. So he knows. So Brandon, don't answer this. How many venues have I, not not anyone else in the group, how many venues have I ran a tournament at since 501 started?
Those
How
are
many venues? And when I say venues, if it's more than 8 to 10, 12 people, I'm counting locations. Like I'm just going to give you one. I ran a tournament, and I mean, we used to run big tournaments in Frankie's backyard. Like
yeah.
I'm counting. Where have we ran tournaments? So 30 there. I'm about to give the answer away.
Don't. 'Cause, yeah.
Anyway,
There's a
first
lot of.
person to guess it. How many venues? I'm getting my wording right. I got to
Well,
get my
look,
wording right. How many venues have I ran a tournament at?
a lot of people don't know. Well, and by me saying this, I'm going to give away another one, but that one should be easy. When we left your backyard, the first place we went to after that, a lot of people outside of about 10 people don't know that location.
Yeah. How many venues have I ran a tournament at? That's the
We've
question
already
of the show.
we've already given you two of them, so
Um, this is for the free entry. To the next tournament.
well, we've already got
Okay.
we've already got answers. Colby Baskin said 10. Austin Potts said 12. Um, Austin Potts said 15. Mark and Stephanie Keister said 45.
Yeah. Singles. When you get it right, and I see it. Taddy just hit it.
There you go.
Taddy hit it. 32. 32 is the answer, Taddy. I mean, that takes the guessing away, and I probably should have just let people keep guessing, but it's 32 venues I've ran a tournament at. And man, there's some I forgot. Like Brandon's like, "Do you think about this one? Do you think about this one?" And the Pines, just
Yeah,
different
yeah.
tournaments that I've ran 32 venues, man. I was like, gosh. All the festivals, City of Austin, I mean, there's just a lot of different locations that
Yeah.
ran tournaments. But anyway, let's get to World Singles ACO. Um,
Two brackets.
Two brackets. I'm gonna start with the A first. A had a little controversy in it, but I mean it doesn't matter. ACOA, Austin James got first, Brandon got second, and Sebastian got third. So I mean, doesn't surprise me seeing those top three in there.
No,
I
not a
feel
bit.
like if you look at the six names and you look at the three and B two, like I see a couple names that like I could envision being in there, but I also see these six names as being like legit throwers.
Oh yeah, yeah,
ACOB, you got Zach Dawson, who's going to be on our show. He's going to join us here in a second. We'll go and bring him on. Um, we got ACOB, Zach, and then Kobe Baskins, who's come on to the scene lately. He's been throwing for about a year or so, probably, I think, throwing really well. He had a good night with doubles with Austin. And then Jarrett Bart's got third
yeah.
in the ACOB. Zach went through his bracket undefeated. Austin James lost to Brandon. So then it was you know, it was a double kind of a double elimination to that point. Austin had to, Zach he had to beat Zach twice because Zach went through undefeated. Austin lost to Brandon, so therefore uh, Zach had to be beat twice. I
Yeah,
mean, there's,
Yeah.
there's just that's just the way it is. I mean, it's an ACO thing. I did it right. Um,
that's the way
I
it
mean,
should be. That's the way it
yeah.
should
I
be.
mean, Zach,
If you go
like
through
Zach couldn't.
undefeated,
Zach,
you
yeah,
have
he
to be
went through
beat
undefeated.
twice.
Had to be beat twice. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know. Um, and I'll go and do doubles real quick before we get to Zach. ACO doubles. Um, Austin James and Kobe. Air Miller die. Brandon and Bud got second, made an impressive run, and then Taddy and Kim, man, got third. That was
Come on.
huge, huge,
Come on.
huge for them, man. That's
Yeah.
congrats to y'all. 32 teams, man. There was 32 really good teams there,
Yeah.
and Taddy and Kim Baskins, man, getting third, and that's pretty solid night for them. So
Yeah.
good
That's
job, Taddy
impressive.
and Kim. Aaron Miller died, and then Austin and Kobe. Good job.
They made it all the way to the king
But
seat, man. That's
Yeah.
here we got our ACO state champion on, man.
Wait,
Dude,
wait,
I don't
wait,
think he
Rich.
needs introduction. If you
no.
don't know him by now, like you're gonna know who he is, man. He's been lights out for a while now.
Appreciate
Let
that.
me
We're
Appreciate
glad to have you, Zach.
let me interject real quick that it was that was my pick for state champion,
Come on.
right?
Well,
No. Well,
I,
it
I
was.
was gonna pick him. I was gonna pick him too, but I let you have it, and I took one seed.
I
So
told
I
you
mean,
earlier that day who I was going to pick.
and what I tell you,
You said you're going
I
with
was gonna
number
pick
one
him too.
seed.
You said I was going to be your
I mean,
sleeper,
I
so
do.
I,
Like
honestly,
one seed's my dude, man. Like you know, but one seed's my dude. I mean,
Yeah.
the second Solder Cup, not this past year before, when he went up there and went 8-1 or 9-1, whatever it was, against all the one seeds. I was like, man, that
He's
dude is
legit.
balling.
Oh, he's legit. There's no
Uh,
doubt.
he don't look like a cornhole player, but I think that's why people don't. They just look at him like I did the first time. I was like, man, who is this guy? Him and Seth played me and Phil. I'm like, this dude can't throw no bags, man. He needs to be playing on a Xbox somewhere.
Well, he couldn't. He couldn't at first.
He threw a lot of air mails. You know, he threw a lot of mail. But anyway, congratulations, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah.
appreciate y'all.
New
Appreciate y'all,
member
man.
to where, Jimmy?
Huh?
Where's he a new member to?
501.
Come
Yeah,
on.
we're claiming it. We're claiming the ACL state champ. And
Well, that's
before we get into it, like
we
I
have
look at all
to.
these podiums. I look at all these podiums, and I'm fixing to make Scott Mitchell so mad right now, and I love it. But there was a time when 870 would roll into these ACL state championships, and they'd win every single division. Like, and I even told Scott this before he left. I said, Scott, you know how nice this is where y'all don't come in here and sweep the whole day. Like, it's spread out. Like you had some
Yeah.
501 winners. You had some, ARV winners. You had a couple 870 winners, man. Like that was
Yeah. Yeah.
uh tell you that made my heart happy. So
As it should.
but anyway, Zach, the floor is yours, man. I guess we got a couple questions for you. Like how long have you been throwing? I know Jimmy's got a few questions, but let's just start. How did you start playing cornhole? When did you figure it out that you love doing it?
Well, y'all can hear me good, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no,
Cool.
you're good. You're good.
All right. No, my stepdad, man, when I was about 8 or 9, they used to play all the time in the backyard, on like Saturday nights stuff when they had UFC fights and whatnot. I played back then and stuff, but like I stopped playing for I don't know how many years, probably 10, close to 11, 12 years, and then me and my wife, her family on Sundays, it became a thing to where we would play every Sunday, and it wasn't regulation. It was Walmart bags, custom boards that her grandpa made and stuff. And, you know, we'd play every Sunday, man. And finally it just got to the point to where I was like, I kind of want to see what I can do on like a competitive level. And that's when I kind of downloaded the Scoreholio app, and I found that Jimmy Penny up at 870, up there in
Yeah.
Paragould at that community center, he had some stuff going, and that's kind of where I first started. I went up there one night, and I think it was probably like a Thursday night or something. Went up there and got a taste of it. And I won't lie to you, I got a set of purple Vipers back here. I bought off Cayman Bryant that night. Probably spent $100 on that. And then me and my wife's cousin actually split a set of BD boards. We split. So I probably spent about $300 just playing that night because I took home the bags, the boards, and just playing. That's kind of where we got the start. And I was that invested at that time. I was like, this is a game that I really want to try to get better at and be really good at. So that's kind of where it all started for me.
Man, cornhole's addictive, and I kind of like. I love like what I've went through with cornhole, like over the years, and like all the battles with Scott and them. But also coming in now, like would be so much more fun too because you come in, you're throwing the best equipment, you're playing on the best equipment,
Yeah.
and you're playing against competition. Like back in the day, I had to throw against Jimmy. You know what I mean? Like how am I gonna get better throwing against Jimmy?
I was so bad that he called me up one day and said, "Hey, let's partner up." That's how bad I was. So
you got to start
No.
somewhere, man.
No, but it was coming in
corn
now and
bags.
playing like I think Jimmy probably would speak on this too. If we were younger, it would be so much more fun. Like
Yeah.
like seriously, when we start throwing, like you had to break in corn bags. Like it took a month just to get. Like you can't throw a set of corn bags in a washing machine with some conditioner, or put some tall sauce on them. Like you had to get out and throw corn bags for a month just to get them where they felt. Now you can throw a set of bags in a washing machine and man, you're ready to go the next day.
Yeah.
Well,
So
and plus you're playing on boards that had so much lacquer on them
it's like boy,
they
love
could
Frank used to spray the shit out of
spontaneously
the board.
combust.
But anyway,
So,
he's obviously played on those before. We're not getting into
oh
that.
yeah, most definitely,
But
yeah.
That's
what we-
that's what they used to use, when I like I said, when I was
Yeah.
8 or 9, when they were playing on just, them standard wood boards, and they just had some plain old, corn bags. I mean, that's
Hey,
where
I'm gonna tell you,
they
my first set of Razorback boards were so fast. On Christmas vacation, where Clark gets on the thing, goes down, and lands on Walmart. That's what them boards would have done back in the day. Like, I mean, like you could have got on those things and slid down and caught some on fire. Anyway, do you have a question for him, Jim?
Yeah, hey, so we asked this to everybody we have on here. We asked this particular question.
Yep.
Being the state champion, and you come to Cabot and play all the time. I know you played up at 870. You've played all over the state.
Yes, sir.
Who do you hate walking up to the board and seeing the most? Who are you like, man? I really didn't want to play this dude, or this woman.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I played against all of them, so there's really nobody that I just really fear that I just walk up the board like, man, I'm not. I don't want to throw against these people. It's more of I'm ready to throw against them if they beat me. Then I wasn't throwing good enough. I really, and I'm not trying to be cocky or nothing, man. I just, there's some players here in Arkansas that'll give you headaches for sure.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
But I've gotten now to where I'm comfortable in, with my game and stuff to where I just go up to the boards, have fun, throw bags, man. I know sometimes plenty of people probably see me get mad sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'm having fun. And, it's just,
well,
it
becomes about expectations too, So as well as you've been throwing here in the last year, when you don't throw that well, everybody gets a little upset and
well, and it for me it's kind of funny because you get to a certain point and there's some players that play against you and you're one of those guys that are like, I don't want to throw against, and they're like, and when they do good against you, they're like, man, you must be letting me do this or that. I had the same thing happen yesterday. Brody Platt and his partner, I don't know his name or nothing, but I didn't have my best game against them, and the kids scored a few points on me and stuff, but we ended up winning. But at the end of the game, they were like, y'all are messing with us, right? And I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was missing bags, it happens,
It did.
No, it's
Sure
gonna
did.
happen. You can't walk up to the board and put every every bag in a hole. I mean, it's just not, unless you're Jeremiah Ellis or Matt Guy. You know what I mean? And right now, them dudes.
Jeremiah Ellis, the GOAT, man.
So you obviously started off with what, BD bags? I mean, like when you started playing, and now You want to talk about
But,
bags, like what you're doing now, or
I mean, yeah, I started off with BD bags, and I mean, pretty much, I tried a few different bags out, but once I started throwing BD, I tried it's because Sebastian, of course, threw with him a
yeah,
lot, and he was with them,
yeah,
and what really stood out to me was the great whites, man. A lot of people still throw them, like Anthony. I mean, Phil, you throw them, y'all throw dang
yeah,
good with them too, and
yeah,
that's initially what got me started with BD. I mean, shout out to Robbie, man. He makes great bags, and
Yeah.
then
yeah. He's on there.
he made the BD Mystics, man, and that I think that was one of his first carpet bags or whatever, and that really is what he made that bag. That's really kind of what started me taking it to that next level, and I think it's because I never threw carpet that much, but now that's all I throw, and
Yeah.
he I mean I'd like to give him props, man, because he made that bag, and he was real good to me, and he helped me out. Like one of the bags, I had problems with them, and one of them was busted. And I'm not saying that's his fault. That was more on mine,
Yeah,
probably for how I broke them in. And he did me right, man. He sent me out a whole new set, and I appreciate him. And then eventually, I got talking with Cody of Elite Bags, man, and he makes really good bags, and I appreciate him for giving me the opportunity to throw Elite, man. He treats all of his guys really good, man, and I would encourage anybody if they want to try some bags out, message Cody Mia, man. He'll get you hooked up with any type of speed bag you need, man. He'll hook you up.
yeah. I've never personally met him, but I mean, I see, man. He's always hyping his guys up. He's always hyping everybody up. So I mean,
Oh,
that's what you have to do. I mean, there's so many bag makers out now. I think it's almost like where it's their support's like who they support and do good. Like, I mean, I've come across a lot of good guys, who make bags, man. Fly's my guy. I wish I could throw
yeah.
him. I love Eric to death. I love the owner to death. So I mean, you build a relationship with these people, and you get,
Well,
like you
I
get
think
used to
ultimately
them. And
that's what
you
it
get
comes
used to
down to
bags, man.
is
Mhm.
They're good
they
people, man. So I mean,
every company. There's so many companies, and they all pretty much at this point make probably the same bag. Me and Jarrett was just talking about this on the way home last night.
yeah,
It really just comes down to who you want to rock with, man. Who treats you the best, and can make a good bag, really. Because not all bags are the same, but they make similar bags to where it
Yeah.
really don't matter. You could go throw with any other bag company, and they'd probably be the same after a while as what you were throwing. It's just like me with Cody, man. He just treats us all so good, man. And I couldn't, imagine throwing with anybody else.
and there's also like I think people there's a mental block with bags too. I think with sometimes with people it's like, oh my God, this bag does this or this bag does this, and it resonates with people's heads like, well, that bag kicks or that bag's too fast, and I don't think that's the case with every bag. I think if Elite made three different sets of bags and you get three different break-ins, they're going to do three different types of things. I mean, it's the same
Yeah,
material, same feel,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's just how you throw them, how much you throw them. I mean, it's just they're not going to feel the same. Like they're not going to do what your bags do because it's just I mean, it's a
yeah.
different process.
Well, see,
I mean,
that's
me
one
and
of the things
DK
I
got
hate
a set
about.
of great whites the same day. His throw completely different than mine. I mean,
Yeah,
it is what it is. But
yeah. That,
what's your goal, man? Like, where do you see yourself going? Like, I mean, do you want to like? I mean, where do you want to see this thing go?
Man, I mean, right now, I just look at it as having fun. But I mean, obviously, I set goals for myself, and one of the goals that I set, last year, I'll say I came into the state. I'd just been throwing for under a year or so coming into that, and I ended up placing probably 10th or 11th. And then, you can ask my wife. I came into it after that, and I was like, next year I want to, I'm gonna be going for first.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of when the grind started for me. And so I set this goal out for myself, that I wanted to win state. And really, these last few months leading up to it is really when I was putting in the work, and I was like, I could see myself doing this, winning state, and that's a real goal for me. And then I did that, and I thank God for that, man. He gave me the will, the drive to I guess just put bags in. Though I know that sounds funny to say, but I do give a lot of my credit to God, man. He pushes me each day to be the best I can be, and I do it just for fun. And I mean, my ultimate goal though is to be pro. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be an ACL pro, and then maybe one day if I rock with it hard enough, I can get ACL pro or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, this game I do it to have fun, and if on the way I can win some money, I can make pro status, and make people proud. That's awesome, man.
Oh yeah.
I think the key, and I think a lot of people lose focus in, and the whole idea of it is to have fun. Like, I mean, I know like cornhole has opened up so many relationships for me, like so many doors. I mean, just meeting people and I've met some great people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you see both sides of it, man. I'm gonna tell you, like, some people need cornhole more than cornhole needs that person. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
meet people that maybe having problems in their life, or you know what I mean, and they just it's an outlet for them, or they work hard, and cornhole's not the same for everybody, but everybody relates. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and I've told somebody this before. Is like, well, you may have somebody in the 501 group, man. You may have an attorney. You may have somebody that's not, and it all jives and comes together, and that's the beauty of it, man. I feel like people get
But
along, they love each other, So that's kind of cool that you say that. Like, it's just it.
well, I mean,
I love it, man.
everybody comes from different walks of life, and
Yeah,
that's one of the big things with me is you and I dealt with it personal stuff. People they're quick to say some things sometimes to you, but they don't.
yeah,
Sometimes all these people know is cornhole, like your cornhole journey. They don't know anything outside of you, outside of
right.
cornhole. And everybody comes from different things in life, and they all come from, they got different things going on in their life. So when they come to cornhole, you never know, that could be the one thing that makes them happy.
Yeah.
You don't have the right to treat them a certain way to ruin that for them.
Right.
You're exactly right there, and I see it, man. I see like people, and I've given grace to people sometimes, like, maybe they need this. Maybe this is an outlet for them, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So I totally understand that. But like, what's your practice regimen? Do you throw every day, or do you? I mean,
Uh,
like,
So he's just
you
gonna
just throw when you
Phil.
just
He's gonna
throw
steal
in the tournament?
all of my
Are you?
questions. So go ahead.
Well, I'm waiting. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You asked it now. And
you want to
Zach,
ask
and
them
Zach, and
that?
Zach, responding to your last answer real quick. I kind of, I liked you before that,
Yeah.
but after that response, yeah, you're a good dude. I'm glad that we're excited to have you.
Yes, sir. I
Not just
appreciate
because
y'all.
you're a good thrower or a good cornhole player, because you're a good person.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that's what 501's all about. 501, when it started in the backyard, it was just a bunch of friends that got together and started playing.
Yeah.
So that's what we've always tried to maintain, and bringing people like you into the mix
Yeah.
just makes it that much better. So.
Well, like I said, that's why I'm happy to be a part of you guys, man. And this is no discredit to any other, anybody else. But every time I come up there to play with you guys, me and everybody knows Lee's usually with me.
Yeah.
We every time we come up there, man, everybody just comes up to us. They treat us like family, man. And
Yeah.
there's never, I'm sure y'all have had your problems, but
Oh.
I've never really seen any problems with anybody. And everybody and even if I've heard something, those people, the next time I see them, they're talking it up, and they're just happy to be there throwing, So
You get that many people together, there's always going to be problems. But
yeah,
especially with Phil leading the way. I mean, he kind of sets the example.
yes, sir.
So everything's usually, if there's a problem, it gets squashed really quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Immediately. I told Zach that on the phone. I was like,
Yeah.
he did
it
say that.
it, it gets squashed immediately. You know what I mean? And
That's how.
it's just how, you know, eh, that's why you got to have your post approved now because, you know,
Yeah,
I do want to say this, like, looking at Addicted to Cornhole, I'm honestly glad that our group knows that, like, if you have something, come to me. It ain't got to be posted on Addicted to Cornhole. Like,
yeah. There's so much
I'm
stupid
so
stuff on
glad our
there.
group doesn't go to Addicted Cornhole and say, "Oh my God, man! Like, I got paid out 84.5% instead of 85%." Man, I'm so glad. Like, I'm so glad our group is just stays chill. Let's talk about
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
Y'all, man, y'all
and
got a great group, man. Y'all,
gosh,
that's
I
I'm
see
happy to be
some
a
of these
part of it.
posts. Yeah, Anyway, man, that's cool, man. You had a great a great weekend last weekend, man. It was so cool.
Yes, sir.
Um, you got anything else, Jimmy?
I'm reading. We got a comment from Wendy Barger. It says Zach is one of the best young men. He is not afraid to stand up for himself, and he's not afraid to admit if he feels he was wrong. I've always had mad respect for him. You guys have a good one.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate you, Wendy.
yeah.
No, that's cool. Next time I play Zach, he's getting a beat down.
Who said
Hey,
that?
who did say that? Hey, I will. Let me throw this out there real quick because it's not a lot of times. In which it was a doubles match yesterday.
No, I know what you're saying.
You know, I did beat a state champion yesterday. Well, they turned around and hammered us in bracket play, but you know that's okay.
Oh, you and Brian beat EBC.
Yeah,
EBC baby. Yeah,
Oh.
they did beat us, man. And I will say, nothing against y'all's game or nothing, but my partner did throw a 2.5 that game.
He did throw really horrible. Hey, once I saw how he was throwing, I knew that if I could just give up between 1 and 3 points to you,
yeah,
we might win that thing.
In all fairness to Jarrett, I didn't throw that good either that game. I think earlier in the switch, I ended up throwing. I had Cali girl, and I felt so bad for her. Our first bracket game, I threw a 4.5. The boards it just rained, it got sticky, and I felt so bad for her, man.
The fact that people were doing PPR yesterday really surprised me because I was like, man,
I stopped doing it, dude.
Yeah, I think we did one game of PPR. That was it.
Yeah.
My PPR went up today, so I don't know how, but I mean it's tanked the last 2 months. So. But I went up after yesterday, so maybe I need to throw on slow boards. But them board after that rain, I was like, oh my gosh, these boards are fixing to get nasty.
Oh yeah,
and they did. You know,
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is, man. It's Arkansas. It's humid.
Yeah.
We needed the Dragon Terrors yesterday. Is what we needed.
Oh yeah, hey, I still got some.
Man, we had those things. Hey, back in the days, that we had some bags that would fly. I mean, like the Dragon Terrors would go through water. Like I mean, you could be sitting water on the board. And them things.
Yeah,
you really needed them yesterday.
So practice regimen. I didn't mean to get off on a big tangent, but tell us a little bit about your practice regimen.
It's funny because, man, so my wife, she lets me play cornhole whenever I want to, man, and I appreciate her for that. And if I want to play, she just lets me go, and it may be a little argument here and there, but I love her to death.
Hey, every guy on this thing watching right now is making a plea for you to make it where every wife is like, go play, go play, go play.
Yeah.
So hey, do your job right here, buddy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, she's honestly, she was the one that kind of pushed me to go up to Jimmy's. So, I appreciate her for that. She kind of got me started, but now it's more of if I could play every day, I would, man. I love playing, dude. But I know that that she's my wife, and I gotta be here for her too. And there's bigger things than cornhole, but when I do play, I'd probably say I played 3 times max a week, man. I probably play twice during the week, and then sometimes hit a Saturday tournament. But I don't practice a whole lot. I'd like to practice a lot more, but I don't get out as much to practice as I need to. Me and Lee actually, we rented a storage unit for the last several months while it was cold. And we hopped in there quite a bit and played a couple times during the week. But I mean, my wife, back to that, she told me I could play 2 times a week. That was my limit. So I try to stick to that best I can so I can keep her happy.
You're not helping people out right now. Like you're not right. You're supposed to. Like you've got all the women in the palm of your hands right now. They're sitting there saying they're crying and amen. Like you got all the women in the palm of your hands and you just totally screwed it up, man. Like
I know. Well, more to the guy side of it. One day, we're gonna walk away from this game. So at the end of the day, it's bigger than cornhole. But like I said, I'd love to play 7 days a week, 24/7. But you can't possibly do that. And even if you could, I mean, why would you? You're not gonna have a life. So, I mean, if I want to practice more, I will say, as far as that goes, I would like to practice more because I know if I did, I would be way better. And I'm happy with how good I am now, and I'm still trying to get better every time I step up to a board. But
Yeah.
it's there's just I got certain duties in my life right now that I can't really play as much as I like to, but I'm still trying to be the best I can be.
Well,
Well,
look,
wait till you have a baby. You have a baby, you're done.
yeah, you're done then.
Yeah, see, I'm
Yeah.
holding the wife off right now. She's about to be going back to nursing school for a year or so, and she said after that she may be ready. So maybe I can, even after that, maybe I can hold her off a little longer.
Well, look, mine and my wife's plans when we retire, we're gonna travel around in an RV. She's gonna go to casinos, and I'm gonna hit cornhole tournaments.
Hey,
That's
sounds like the dream to me.
that's the plan.
Sounds like a dream.
Hey, there's a lot of cornhole tournaments at casinos. So I mean, you're
Right,
just parked
right,
there. And
yeah.
who's driving the RV? Because I feel like Beth's gonna be driving the RV.
No, I'll be driving.
I can't see you driving. Uh, let's see if we got any comments.
So we got one.
Honestly,
Go ahead.
sounds like something Sebastian would do. The RV thing. That boy, he got his
Right.
minivans he drives around.
Yeah, yeah.
How many's he got now? 4? I think
They
Sebastian.
have four. They have four
I don't know,
minivans.
but at state, Patrick had one on a trailer, so
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I
yeah. That
think
was
that was
number
number
4.
4.
Yeah.
I think that was number 4. Any comments, Jimmy?
We got one. Dwayne. Is it Fatu?
Oh no, that's Larry Bowen. He's a softball player. He's from OCLA. I'm on my page, so a lot of people are seeing the show that typically don't
Right.
see it.
Well, he said
I'm
so.
seeing
This
people
is
hop
he
on.
said so. This is what you do when your softball career is almost over. Phil Wynn Jr.
See, the thing about Larry Bowen, and a lot of people know Larry Bowen because he used to be one of the best softball players in the state. He's a little washed up now. His knees are bad. He's old. He's old. But I used to strike out Larry all the time. It's either strikeout or popcorn to right.
And slow pitch
Larry never hit no
softball.
Larry never hit no bombs off me. So if Larry you're watching, you know that's the truth. But yes, Larry, cornhole's it. Maybe you should try it. There's a league there. Get Towhead. Towhead get y'all going over. But he knows. I used to it popcorn right. And speaking of Larry, and this is kind of off, probably had the best softball game ever. They the mighty like the best team in the league, and we're just a bunch of guys who like to drink beer at center field. Harley Grimes, Michael Easter, you know, and we took them down one day. Man, they
Right.
shifted, beat them.
He said he hit 3 off you
Went
in
down
one
the
night.
I do what?
Said he hit 3 off of you in one night.
He's lying. He's lying. But we did. Brew Crew. That was my softball team's name was Brew Crew, and Brew Crew took out the mighty Nucor champs that season, and he cannot deny that. But anyone else?
Well, you got
Beth
Dustin
Pants,
Harper.
Harper knows.
Yeah,
I'm
Harper.
really mad. I'm really mad at Harper, man. Like, we had him back for a couple weeks, and then he took his job back to Alaska, and I'm really pissed off at him. Like when I knew we had him back, because Harper is one of those guys that you just love to have throwing there. Like you want
Yeah.
Harper there. Like I want
Yeah.
Harper there every Friday night because he's going to challenge you. He's going to teach you, and 2, he's going to challenge you. And Harper's one of those guys, that can just throw, like not throw for 2 weeks, walk up and kick your butt, And
Yeah.
then I love
Yeah.
having Harper there, so I'm really mad at him right now. But anyway, man, Zach, we appreciate you getting on.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all
I'm gonna
having
cut
me,
you
man.
loose because I know we were 20 minutes late, so I'm
Dude,
I
I'm just now getting
love
to have
having you on
fun.
the
What do you
team.
mean?
It's almost bedtime.
I will say
We're
it's
not
almost
done,
bedtime.
Jimmy. I still got more tournaments to cover. So, Zach, you can hang out with us while I cover if you want. We can do that.
Yeah, I'll hang out.
We got Lono, but off the state championship. Congratulations! Congratulations to everybody that placed. Man, we had an outstanding ACO state tournament. No complaints. The trophy boards were badass. Shout out to Bruce Davis, man. He always takes care of us. Always does his thing, man. The boards don't move. They don't bounce. I mean, they just we need to sell some boards. get on bdboards.com.
Best boards out there.
I mean, they are. I mean,
Amen to that.
Let's get into BB after state. No, low note number 16. Sorry, they ran the same night state tournament. Almost missed it. We got Lowell Bowen and Firecracker got first. Bobby Snow and Brock got second. And then Sean C. and Scott Sample got third. Hard Rider number 91. This is where I thought I messed up because Bustle and Baloo got two.
Yeah.
I guess they got on teams 2 weeks in a row. So Bustle and Baloo, Chappie and Jamie got second, and then Austin Potts and Butler 25. So Austin Potts gets a shout out. You know,
That'll make him happy.
Austin really made me mad state tournament. Like I just, I'm stressing out. Walk up to the board and he just beats me 24-0. Like I wasn't ready to play. I hadn't warmed up. I went over there and he just like. I guess if he would, I don't know. I ain't gonna talk about it. But anyway, BB number 26. Taddy and Shady got first. Chappie and BP4 got second, and then Anthony Kirk and Cali Girl got third. So yeah, that was the upper lower. Lower, which was the game of the night, was probably Jamie and Rachel and Daniel F and Ron J. And I'm almost certain, I think Jamie and Rachel were in the king seat, and they beat Daniel F and Ron J. It's a fun tournament. I love the upper lower. I mean, it gives multiple people chances to win. But Jamie and Rachel got first. Daniel F, Ron J got second. Butler 25 and JT got third. Bud run a switch last night. It was Thursday night. Bud and Bobby S, Brandon Lacewell and Blake, and then Chris Labiak and Kenny Elam. And then the JA switch. I know we're going long, but it'll be all right. The JA switch, Strawberry Festival yesterday. Love the venue. Like
that was a great venue, sir.
I agree.
I think if you take out the rain, the vibe down there, it was just cool, man. It was fun. We had no sun, a couple fans, and we would have been. I mean, I never really got hot to the point where I was just like hot, but I mean, it got sticky. I mean, it's just humid in Arkansas. So
I was worried about that, dude. I really was. Me being a redhead, I was worried about being out in the sun all day, but I was down to do it. And then I walk up and it's overhead. I was like, all right, I'm good.
No, that pavilion. The mayor, has told us that we can use that pavilion during the week. So I think, maybe on Thursday nights, once a month or twice a month, we're gonna go out there. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm really considering doing the Summer Cider Cup there. Like,
yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Come on.
And it's gonna be hot, but I think it would be fun. Like, I think the outside element in cornhole brings out a different, like it brings out probably more frustrations and it's harder to throw, but I love it. But anyway, the switch yesterday, we had 42 players. They were happy about it. I was happy about it. I probably should have stuck with 2 round robin games, but I had 3 set up, and then Brandon's like, "Man, we're going to be off," so I switched to 4 instead of 2. And I wish I went 2 because I think we went long on it. But I think festival switches, I'm just going to go with 2 from this point forward. But it used to be straight double, but people are spoiled now. But Brandon and Brody Platt got first. Anthony Kirk and Brian Manning got second, and Jarrett Barks and Rusty got third. 6 good players there. Brody and Brandon, man, I probably wouldn't have picked them to win, but nothing surprised me for the 1 seed. 1 seed. I mean, I think he hit some good shots. Brody held his own. Brian and Anthony were in the king seat. I'm not trying to bring up old stuff, but
yeah, you are.
Jarrett and Rusty's throwing well. Jarrett's throwing well. So good job to them, man. That was fun to watch. And then the BYLP, you got Zach and Jarrett, Brandon and Shady, and then Easy and Austin Potts. So 3 good teams in the BYLP too. Where'd y'all finish at, Jimmy?
7th, ahead of you.
Yeah, me and DK didn't play very well at all. I don't know. I feel like I kind of was getting my groove back some. So I mean, I'm kind of like I've been in a slump, so I feel like I'm kind of digging my way out of it. But
Yeah.
anyway, low note number 78, BP4 and Bobby. Um, I don't know. I think that's Paxton Lindley. If I'm the screen names get me, and Shortcakes got second. Regulator and Numbskull got third. So that's all the tournaments. BP4, Bobby Snow, Paxton Lindley's Shortcakes got second. Regulator and Numbskull got third.
Man, can I say
We
something real
got our
quick?
ACL state champion on here tonight. Your major in Branston's coming up Memorial Day weekend. I will not be attending, but I know we have people going. Are you going, Jimmy?
I am not going. I'm going to 202.
I'll be there too. Yeah, then we'll go. I just can't go because we're leaving the next week. I mean, I can't put my mother-in-law on duty 2 weeks in a row. So, um,
Hang
Major
on, Zach.
Branson, we
What
got
you
that
got,
covered.
Zach?
I was just gonna say, man, BP4 and I guess that's his son, right,
Bray Bray.
Yeah, he's got to get that kid out there throwing more.
Yes.
That kid can throw.
Dude, I tell him every time.
See him.
Yes.
I don't see him a whole lot, but I told Jared on the way home, I was like, he needs to get that kid out there, like in juniors and stuff, man. Get that kid out there throwing because if he did it more often, he's gonna be a dang good thrower, man.
Yeah. And I tell him every time. I was like, man, you have to get Bray Bray throwing. Like Bray needs to be throwing juniors, man. No, trust me. I mean, every time I see him, I tell him that. Like, I mean, it ain't from a lack of trying, Zach.
Yeah.
Our first bracket game yesterday, we played against them, and we were up 17-7, and Bray caught fire, and because they came back and beat us 21-17.
I mean, that kid's I mean, he's got the throw and everything, man. He definitely needs to throw some more, but I mean, he can. I mean, he was
Bray
beating
can
up
throw,
on us
and
a little bit.
Basketball. He's been at basketball, so I mean, he's been covered up. But no, he absolutely can go in there and compete. I mean, he carries his dad. Like, I mean, he's Bray.
Yes.
I mean, nothing against Brad, but I mean, Bray's better than BP4. Like, I mean, it's just he is.
And that's
and
what
watching
happened.
Bray's.
Sorry, go ahead.
What? No, go ahead.
I was just saying because we played them twice that day, and we beat them twice. But like in the bracket game, Bray, man, he was throwing good against Jared. It's just more of Brad kind of had a few here, a few there, and I was just able to kind of score a few on him, and that's ultimately was their downfall, But no discredit to Brad, but I mean, he just needs to get that kid throwing, man, because he was throwing really good.
Yeah, he's good.
Watching Bray's facial expressions when BP4 misses a bag or something, when Brad misses a bag, Bray's be like, man, like he just looks like, come on, Dad, But since we're on here, we're fixing to call it a night. We've been going. I don't know how long we are. 53 minutes. So yeah, we're long tonight. But Friday night, BYLP twist. We're gonna put a PPR max on it. So I think we're gonna go 15.5. So 15.5 PPR max BYLP with a twist Friday night. So there you go. So if
that means I can get anybody I want, basically.
Come on.
Yeah, your PPR's down there with mine. Me and you could be teams.
Yeah.
I think we're probably under. But Friday night PPR or BYLP with a twist, 15.5 PPR. I'll put it on Scoreholio. I'm not 100% set on it, but I think that's kind of what I'm looking at. So
well, you got to now. You
just have to have a little fun tournament. We've had a lot of seriousness lately, so let's have a little fun tournament. Get some different people playing together. And
you ever gonna do like a quads or something?
Oh yeah.
We do a quads. We got to put a cap on it, but that whole blind draw quads.
Well,
that's what I was talking about, like a blind draw quads. I don't know if that's possible or what, but
the way we
did one of those.
Yeah, the way we did quads last time with an A, B, C, D, broken down by SPR. Yeah. It was the most fair, legitimate quads tournament I've ever seen. It was a blast.
Yeah, we pulled names out of the hat, and that's how we picked our teams, and it was legit.
Other than I was an A player, that was the only real travesty I saw with that tournament was that. So
Yeah, you say that, but I mean, you can hold your own with a lot of good people, man. I know that much.
Any other comments, Jimmy? Are we good?
We're good. Richard Jones says he's going to come back on a Friday night and play with us.
Yeah, he come down with Chachi one night and played. So.
I told him to come on.
Well, Zach, I think that you've gained a lot of fans tonight. I know the women love you now.
Ladies, man, I don't know. Don't tell my wife that though.
Well, Jerry said, "Guess who Larry Bone said the real king of Memphis is?" There ain't no Jerry Lawler. I mean, Jerry Lawler's the king of Memphis.
Yeah.
Anthony Kirk said he still can swing it. Larry Bone can't swing nothing. But anyway, may all your beers stay cold and all your bags go in the hole. We'll see you Wednesday or tomorrow night, Hard Rider, Wednesday night, BB, Friday night, Cabot.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Have a good one. Good having you, Zach.
Appreciate y'all, man. See you.